All right, so this video, I'm just gonna go through the $3,000 voice receptionist I've created for a HVAC, an HVAC based in Canada. And the project turned out to be pretty good. And on top of it, I'm just gonna show you the build, the workflows, automations, tools, and the prompts that I've used for this. But first, let's just go through this demo once, to see how it actually works.
Not cooling, dude. It's not fucking working.
I'm sorry to hear that your AC isn't cooling. Let's get this sorted out. Can you tell me if it's not cooling at all or just not cooling
Yeah,
effectively?
not at all.
Also,
Not at all.
thank you for clarifying that. Can you let me know if there are any unusual noises coming from the unit or if
Yeah,
that
actually,
network?
there are. Like, as soon as I'm starting the AC, there are some noises that are coming.
So you see, it actually qualified
Appreciate the
the other
information. It
person
sounds like it could be a
first.
more serious issue with your AC. When did you last have maintenance done on it? Also, could you please provide me with your
Again,
name?
Yeah,
qualification
actually,
question.
it's been a long time since I had the maintenance, and I guess maybe that's the reason. Sure. My name is Aman, A-M-A-N,
Then it
5
asks for
Oscar,
the other person's credentials.
6703
So
4306.
pretty much qualifying the other person to prevent
Thank you, Aman. I
spams.
have your name spelled out. Can you please provide me with your service location?
Sure, it's 2500 Maple Drive, Fort Collins, 80525.
Thank you for that information, Aman. Now, let's find a suitable time for your appointment. How does tomorrow afternoon sound?
Nah, not tomorrow, man. Do you have any appointment for today? Like, I cannot. It's miserable without the AC. It's fucking humid. Do you have any appointment for today?
I completely understand how uncomfortable that can be. Let me check for any available time slots for today. How about this afternoon around 3 or 4?
Yeah,
Does
amazing.
that
3
work?
o'clock. Let's go.
Now, I'm just gonna go show you how I prompted this agent and what settings I used. So basically, I just used WAPI for this. So yes, for the LLM, I've used Google Gemini 2.5 Flash. Now, the reason was that it's a pretty good reasoning model, I would say. And I also tried ChatGPT 4o for this, but Gemini 2.5 Flash was kind of better, so I just used it. Some big ass prompts here and added a knowledge base. Max tokens were 180. Temperature I usually set to zero point 0.7. And voice configuration, I've used a wavy voice. Now, you might think the voice in the demo was a male, and I've selected a female here. So I just did it recently. It was before a male voice only, so don't bother that. Now, additional configuration, there's nothing here. But if I ever use any external providers like 11 Labs or something, so I just the settings that I use for these additional customizations are basically like stability I set to zero point 0.6, clarity plus similarity I set to zero point 0.7, and speed I set to 1.1. Style exaggeration I usually set to like zero point 0.2, and optimized steering latency I set to like 2. So yeah, that's pretty much it. These till date have given me the best output and the best sounding natural voice agents yet. So you might want to try them as well. Okay, these were the prompts and the settings. Now I'm just going to show you the WAPI tools that I've used. So this is my WAPI HVAC appointment assistant tool, which is used for any appointment related assistance like booking, canceling, reschedule, blah, blah, blah. Right? The properties that I've set here are customer name, customer number, appointment time, customer location, customer time zone, appointment reason. Yeah, those are pretty much it. And I guess there was another one that I actually forgot to input here, but never mind. So this was the WAPI build, WAPI side build of the agent. And all right, now just let's go through the end-to-end workflow that I've used for this agent. Right, so this is the workflow, which actually is responsible for all these appointment bookings, reschedulings, cancellations, whatever. Here you see, um, it starts like the webhook gets triggered by the WAPI tool. Then it sets up the date and time. Now, the reason for this node particularly is that sometimes people might call you from another time zone, and that usually happens in America so much. So it just takes the appointment date time and the time zone, as you saw in the WAPI tool. We mentioned a property as appointment time zone, customer time zone, that actually inputs the user's time zone here, so there is no uh, time zone related problems while bookings or cancellations, whatever. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Here's the prompt. Again, a long ass prompt, but never mind. Then we have this caller intent model. So what it does is, all right, so this was the one. There's another property as customer intent. I'll just feed it there. So there's another property as customer intent, and what it basically does is while calling this tool, it sends a message or it sends a value to this variable customer intent, which is either appointment booking or appointment reschedule or appointment cancellations, which then help the workflow map their proceedings within these four paths, right? So if the intent was like book appointments, here I've added a switch to make it even more clear. So here, if the content intent is set to book appointment, it'll just send the workflow here, and similarly for all these three parts as well. So this basically just determines the caller intent and sets it to an exact value, which then is determined by this switch mode node. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, if we take a look at this thing, it's an AI agent that uses its Google Calendar book appointment tool, and here's the time zone it gets. Also, the this AI agent, this chat model that I've showed you right now, this also outputs the time zone and basically the date and time into an ISO format. So it becomes easier for the workflow, or it just becomes easier for the system to actually assist with the appointments um, with appropriate times, right? So here you see the appointment is inputted as ISO, and here's again a long as prompt. I love that term. Yeah, that's it. And it uses this Google Calendar tool, create appointment, to actually create those appointments, and then it responds back to the WAPI agent if the appointment was successfully booked or not, right? Before that, actually before booking the appointment, you might want to check availability as well. So again, whenever the voice agent wants to check for availabilities in the Google Calendar, then it runs the tool. The tool connects to this workflow. The intent comes out to be um, this one, check availability, and then it goes through this path, which then checks for availability for any specific time slots, right? Pretty much understood. And similarly, these are appointment rescheduling and appointment cancellations. Again, here you see in this path, the first node is retrieve event. So it is basically if any customer wants to cancel their appointment. So first they have to give all the information about them, all, not all, but most of it, like the time for which the appointment was scheduled, their phone number through which they made the booking, and their name and probably the service location, I guess. Okay, not the service location, I guess. So this basically retrieves the event, the appropriate event for that customer. Then it sends it to this AI agent node, it removes the event, and then it responds back to the webhook that the appointment was successfully cancelled. Now, if the here's another thing I've added to the AI agent, that if there is no event retrieved, that means there was no appointment scheduled in the first place for that specific time slot, whatever. So it is also optimized for that. It doesn't generate any error, which most of these appointment scheduling or appointment handling agents do. So mine one's pretty optimized. I like my shit optimized. That was pretty much it. I guess some really complex shit here and there, but I hope I made it as easier for you to understand as possible. I'll just feed my OCD. Nah, man. Just give me a sec. Yeah, now it looks cool. So, never mind. This was the build, the WAPI agent, and the N8N workflow. I hope you liked it. I just don't have uh, anything to sell to you guys right now, or I might have added a CTA here. But something that I would like to tell you guys is that if you subscribe to my channel, I'll just provide you with these similar builds very frequently, and might help you with your voice agent journey too much. And soon I'm gonna upload some other useful stuff as well, so you might want to stay tuned to my channel, right? So, yep, that's it. I'll just end this video with an awkward bye bye. So, I hope you have a good day, and yep, that's it. Thanks for watching.